All right. Welcome back, everybody, to Altcoin Daily. Here at Altcoin Daily, you subscribe for our daily videos on everything going on in the cryptocurrency space. My name is either Aaron or Austin. We both make videos on this channel. I know we sound similar. If you have a guess, let me know in the comments. I would hope that you know which one I am based on my voice and the way I move my mouse alone. Anyways, today we're talking about recent news in the cryptocurrency space. Of course, the overall goal of our channel is to keep you informed on a day-to-day basis so you can make some smart decisions in cryptocurrency. And I want to really focus on this one today, and that is Starbucks may open the doors for Bitcoin payments in 2019. So you know that Starbucks, working with Bakkt, from what they say, they are still on track to accept Bitcoin as payments. The key word in this title is may. They're kind of hinting that 2019 is the year, but they don't give an exact date. Either way, this is big. So I want to go over today exactly all the details that you could possibly know on this subject. They're going to be in this video today. And then I want to talk about what this means for cryptocurrency as a whole. And of course, if you're one of the people who subscribe to our channel, we've been telling you about this throughout the last couple months, right? Even just a week or two ago, when Bakkt announced that their trading platform had been postponed until late January, even then, in that same press release, they said that their work with Starbucks is still on track. So for those of you who need a refresher on exactly what Starbucks is doing with Bitcoin, let me enlighten you with this video. And keep in mind, this right here, it's one of these green flags, these strong fundamentals that I talk about all the time that lets us know, this tells us that Bitcoin and crypto is a good investment long term. And although the market is down right now, it's going to go back up, and I suspect it's going to get a whole lot bigger. I mean, we are still in the early stages, my friends. I mean, you can see that, right here, the fact that this stuff is going to happen in the future has not happened yet. We're still in the early stages. And if you invest in the right cryptocurrencies, I believe over the next 5 to 10 years, I'm salivating thinking about the money that I can make. And obviously you have to be disciplined and invest at your own risk. Let's get into it. I want to refresh you about all of this. So when Bakkt was first announced as this new trading platform that would be a gateway for institutional money to enter the space to trade futures that are backed 100% on Bitcoin, not fiat. So their customers, their clientele would not be cashing out in fiat, but would actually be cashing out and settling and trading with the real Bitcoin. And with this announcement, another aspect of this game-changing news was that they're also in a partnership with Microsoft and Starbucks. And through this partnership, infrastructure will be created to bring merchant adoption of cryptocurrency to the masses. And that means not only paying for coffee with Bitcoin, which is, the classic example, but also just retail items in general, groceries, tools, electronics, etc., etc. And specifically, this new infrastructure will use Microsoft's cloud system to help you store and convert your crypto. And to be clear, and I appreciate the clarity that Bakkt has provided throughout all of this, whatever it is that Starbucks and Microsoft are creating, I mean, I think it's going to be some sort of mobile application, possibly linked to a point of sales device. At this point, what it's going to do is convert your Bitcoin to fiat at the point of sale immediately. So in actuality, Starbucks will not be hodling any Bitcoin. And I suspect that the reason for this is because, trading Bitcoin is technically a taxable event. And Starbucks they don't want that kind of headache, especially if they want this to take off, and especially if they want, whatever this turns out to be, if they want this to be successful, they want to make it as simple and as user-friendly as possible. And I also think that if and when the regulators eventually give us clarity, possibly, giving a better definition to what exactly Bitcoin and crypto is, Starbucks will be able to easily convert this device so that they can start accepting real Bitcoin with the same system as well. I think that's a definite possibility, and baby steps for now, right? Question for you is, what do you think this means for cryptocurrency? I'm especially curious if you've been in crypto for a while. Did you ever think that we'd get here? And let me tell you something. If you've been in crypto for even just a couple years, news like this, Starbucks accepting Bitcoin, this was a pipe dream, right? I mean, it was either seen as wishful thinking or you're just plain unrealistic and creating too much moon talk, as they say. So the fact that we're here right now, this is a big deal for cryptocurrency. And yes, it lets me know as an investor that the future is bright. Now, we don't have an exact date for this yet. It is real, even on Starbucks's website, they let you know this partnership is happening. What they're doing is going to happen, or at least their intention is for it to happen. But what did I want to say? So we don't have an exact date yet, and even though this is just, this is just going to convert Bitcoin into fiat, it's just a conversion. Can you imagine one day, because this is the future, one day walking into a Starbucks and seeing a big sign over the barista, Bitcoin accepted here? Can you imagine the news, the talk shows, your favorite podcasts, all talking about how they went in and they used Bitcoin or cryptocurrency to pay for their soy cappuccinos? I mean, I'm looking forward to whenever Joe Rogan does it. I'm a big fan of the Joe Rogan podcast. Or maybe you like, I don't know, maybe you like the Young Turks. Maybe Cenk Uygur will talk about it. Or maybe you like Ben Shapiro. Maybe he's going to mention how he did it. As soon as this happens, when you walk into any Starbucks, this is going to become part of the conversation. And your friends at this time who know you're involved in crypto, I assume you're probably the expert on Bitcoin among your friend group. At this point, they're probably going to come up to you and say, hey, what do you think about this? Did you do it yet? Did you know about this? And you're going to go, yeah, of course I knew about it. And then they're going to go, hey, but what do you think about, I was thinking about investing in a Starbucks. What do you think? And you'll give them your opinion on the altcoins or whatever. But this is adoption. Make no mistake about it. This is real adoption. And when this happens, I think it's going to give a real peace of mind to anybody who is staying away from crypto because they don't really know that much about it. And I think it's going to encourage not just one wave, but like waves of people to get in that will trump, the wave of people we saw in 2017. I'm not saying this is going to happen tomorrow. I'm talking long term, in the next 3 to 5 to 10 years. And of course, here at Altcoin Daily, the reason you subscribe for our daily videos on everything going on in the space, a lot of times we have conversations below our videos, and sometimes I see the comments. How do you know? Or, they ask me, how do I know that investing in Bitcoin and these altcoins that I sometimes talk about, how do I know that they're going to lead to massive gains? Now, the short answer is, of course, I don't know. It's called an investment. It's speculative. I strongly think that they will. And the reason is because I try and follow the smart money. In investing, you and me are what's known as the dumb money, the just average everyday people. The smart money is these institutions. What are they doing? And let me ask you something. Would Starbucks really dump hundreds of millions of dollars into creating all of this stuff for Bitcoin if they thought Bitcoin was going to go to zero, or if they thought Bitcoin was just some big Ponzi scheme? I don't think they would. If Bitcoin was going to zero, if cryptocurrency was just a fad, would Starbucks, would Bakkt, would institutions all be, at this point, FOMOing into this? They're putting their money where their mouth is by laying the infrastructure, getting involved. And the answer is, of course they wouldn't. If Bitcoin was going to zero, of course they wouldn't. The reason that we're seeing these institutions go all in at this point is because they recognize that I think that they recognize that crypto as an industry is going to get a whole lot bigger in the next 5 to 10 years. And of course, two things. They want to stay on the cutting edge, and more than that, they want to make a profit off of this growing industry. Starbucks isn't going to create this, Bakkt isn't going to create this just to profit from 2019 to 2020. I'm sure what they suspect is going to happen is that maybe even for a decade or more, this will continue to grow as an industry, and they will profit off of it because they're trying to get in as early as possible. Now, I hope when Starbucks does start accepting Bitcoin, that what this is going to do is, lead to waves of customers having, not just doing it, but having great experiences with crypto and Bitcoin. And maybe at the same time, we'll see Fidelity and TD Ameritrade. Maybe at that same time, they're going to start encouraging their clients or letting their clients know that it's okay to invest a little bit of money into Bitcoin for retirement. It's actually good. Just put a little bit into cryptocurrencies. Anyways, the fundamentals are strong. And again, fundamentals are great for long-term predictions. Not so good for short-term predictions. I'm not saying all of this is going to happen tomorrow. I actually suspect that maybe we won't see all of this come into fruition. Maybe even we won't surpass all-time highs until the end of 2019. But I mean, that's the risk you take getting in early like this. Have we hit bottom? Yeah, I have no idea. I would think, for me at least, it's a great time to start cost averaging. And the final piece of news I want to bring to you today. US-based cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase opened its over-the-counter OTC crypto trading desk earlier this month. So in an interview on Tuesday, Coinbase head of sales Christine Sandler said that the firm launched the OTC desk as a complement to its exchange business because institutions are using OTC as an on-ramp for crypto trading. In an OTC transaction, a trade takes place between two parties directly, unlike on an exchange where orders are matched between third-party buyers and sellers. Quote, "We felt this was a huge benefit to our clients who actually leverage both our exchange and our OTC business. Currently, the OTC service is available for Coinbase Prime customers, that is, financial institutions looking to trade with business funds. Going forward, Sandler said the service is likely to be integrated with Coinbase Custody, its institutional product available for hedge funds and other high net worth clients that was launched back in the summer." Okay, so I wanted to again show you, would Coinbase, who has great revenue this year, despite this down market, they're still in the green as far as revenue and profit, would they really be expanding like this if they didn't really suspect that things were going to go up and possibly even get bigger? And of course, we know that, OTC, it's how big money takes out their positions, and that makes sense. Their buy orders are so big that if they were to attempt to do this on an exchange, they would lose a lot of money with slippage because, you need to make sure that these orders can be filled with such big orders. And you know what? There's nothing we can do about that. They use OTC. Probably you don't. I don't. And there's nothing to be done. We're just minnows riding in the waves of these whales. I plan to ride the wave all the way to the top. All right. Thank you very much. Final thing, I'm going to put out this poll on our Twitter. If you want, link in the description. I'm bullish on Bitcoin long term. I think the future is bright. However, where do we see Bitcoin at the end of the year? 4,000 or below, 5,000 to 10,000, 10,000 to 15,000, or 15,000 or above? Let me know. Participate in the poll. It's going to be interesting to see the results. All right. I'll see you tomorrow.